What's up everyone, it's your boy LJ, and in this video I'm going to talk about my first marathon. So back in 2012 I signed up for my first full marathon. It wasn't something that I had on my bucket list, but I had a lot of friends that were doing marathons in 2012, and so really they inspired me to do one myself. Early August I was able to find one that was nearby. I knew that I didn't want to drive too far to do the marathon, and I also didn't want to pay too much money. So luckily I found one. The downside was that it was taking place in late October, so it was only going to leave me with 2.5 months of training. With that being said though, I have always been an avid runner. I used to run track. I did cross country back in junior high and high school, and then leading up to the moment when I actually signed up for the marathon, I was running maybe 5 to 6 miles 6 times a week. Once I did sign up for the marathon though, I did kick up my mileage. So I was doing maybe 6 to 10 miles 5 days a week, and then on Saturdays I would do the longer runs. So I would do 13 plus or so miles, a little bit under sometimes, a little bit over. And 3-4 days prior I didn't actually run at all. Everything was going smoothly, but along the way I did start noticing like little things. I don't know if you all know this, or maybe that's how new I was. I mean, when I started to do more mileage, and because it was in August, I was sweating a lot, and I was finding that by the end of the runs, especially the 13 milers on Saturdays, I was hurting. And by I was hurting, I mean the chafing that would happen from the sweat just being on the shirt, and then just it sliding up and down and just rubbing and rubbing. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop doing that. But yeah, by the end of those runs, my nips were just raw. Like they were just raw. I guess what some people do, and what I certainly did, was I started running with the Band-Aid over my nipples. They put it over the nipples to ensure that if they do get sweaty or whatever, the shirt's rubbing up against the Band-Aid and not the nipple. So then you kind of avoid that discomfort. So another thing that I had made sure to have by the time the marathon came was running shorts with, little holder for my friends, so that they wouldn't chafe when I was running and whatnot, or to help with the chafing. So just little things to kind of keep in mind. Now, I've always used minimalist running shoes. So we're talking the Vibram 5 Fingers. Those are actually my first. I'll put up a picture here. I'm sure you've seen them. And then from there, I started using Nike Freeze, the 3.0s. And once I got over the Nikes, which were actually pretty damn terrible, I moved on to the Brooks. I forget what the name, I think they were Pure Cadence or something like that. I'll post a picture here too. Again, I was big on minimalist running shoes, but being that this was gonna be my first marathon, I decided that I was gonna try something that had a bit more support, a bit more cushion. I did end up switching to the Nike Air Pegasus, the 26, I believe, was the shoe at the time. Come race day, I mean, I had all the things that I needed. My shorts, my Band-Aids were all in place. I ran with the t-shirt that the race actually provided, and you kind of pay for it when you sign up. So the shorts that I had, I also had like a little pocket for my car keys, so that those were the only things that I had with me at the time. My cell phone, my wallet, all that stuff was in the car. Yeah, so the day of the race, I was pretty nervous. The nerves for sure got the best of me. Once the race started, I mean, it all kind of just melted away, and it was something to focus on, was the fact that I needed to complete this race and I needed to kill these 26 miles. And man, let me tell you, that was one of the most mentally, physically draining things that I have ever done. I think by mile 13, I was starting to really kind of get into it, but at the same time start to really drain energy-wise. And I hit a wall at mile 22. Come mile 22, it was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to stop. And up until that point, I hadn't stopped at all. Not even like when they're handing you the little waters and the little gels for energy and whatnot. But at mile 22, I just stopped. I started walking, and that was a mistake. Because the second I stopped, I felt everything, all of the aches, everything. It just, yeah. I just started running. I said, freak this wall, man. I'm going to get over this. I need to just keep on moving. And so I started running again. And throughout the race, they have pacers. So I had been keeping an eye. In the beginning of the race, I was really being ambitious. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this in 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I tried to keep up with that person. And then I was like, nope. And then I found the next person who was like 3 hours and 30 minutes. And then nope. And then I found the next person. It was like 3 hours and 45 minutes. I lost that person too. So the official time was 3 hours, 58 minutes, and I believe 10 seconds. I'll post up a picture just for all of you so that you all know that I'm not making this up. I'm not BSing. I'll post a picture of that. And yeah, it was such an awesome experience, and it was such a moment of relief just crossing that finish line. But legit, as soon as they put on my medal, I went and I sat down, and I was just done. I didn't run for like a week after that. I was just hurting. But I mean, definitely not something that I regret doing. I definitely think that it's a great experience to have and go through, and I would not do it again though. One and done. My first marathon and my last marathon. That was the video of my first full marathon. Thanks for watching. If you have a chance, go check out my Instagram. I do post pictures of workouts, pretty much fitness related stuff, using this thing back here. I'm really big on powerlifting now, more so than I am on these long distance runs. Yeah, check it out when you have a chance. It's myboylj, just like the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.